Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to PlumFiggy. It's Tammy. All right, so got a new little thing I'm doing. As you can see, I am using a Daphne's Diary planner this year, and I'm actually using it for work. Fortunately, I work for a place that it's not so stuffy that I can use a planner like this. I know some people probably couldn't get away with that, but um, not for me. I like having something creative. So, as you saw from the intro, I have changed the front of the cover of it just a little bit. Covered up the Daphne's Diary part. I thought I didn't really want diary at work. I didn't want people thinking I don't know, just the name diary just doesn't seem like a work type thing. So I just covered that up with a couple of stickers, and then here in the United States, when we buy them from Barnes and Noble, Barnes and Noble tends to put a bunch of stickers on the back of it, and it's hard to get them off. So I just went ahead and did a little collage on the back too. And then for work, the vertical monthly view just doesn't work for me. So I've decided to do this little series here on YouTube and kind of show you how I'm recreating my monthly view. So as you saw, I had January and February all finished. I don't know if you noticed, but on the February spread, I accidentally dropped the B when I was stamping out February, and so I showed you that. If you didn't catch it, go back and watch the intro again. Um, so I put it up on Instagram like that, and then just today, as I was working on the March spread, I covered it up with just some stickers. So. All right, so what am I doing here? Well, there's a couple of pages in this planner that are kind of like drawings of people, and I'm not loving them. There, you can see it again here. So they're cute, but I don't know, it's not really my style. So I have several Daphne's Diary magazines that I've bought through the years, and then as well as a planner from 2017 that I didn't use all the pages in it, and I want to say I even have the 2018 planner. I'm not sure where that's at though. So I'm just kind of begging and borrowing bits and pieces from the magazines and from the other planners. And as you see here, I'm covering the people with a picture that I like better. So this was a postcard. Honestly, I don't remember where that postcard was from, but I thought it was cute. And the green and yellow colors kind of worked well for March, or the intro to March anyway. So decided to cover that page with the giraffe girl. Or is it a deer? She's probably a deer girl. So yeah, it was hard to glue this side of the postcard down because it's just so pretty, but that's okay. I'll appreciate the deer girl every time I flip through it. So there she goes. And then I don't know if you can see also, there's a little number tab. Those are from Recollections. They're from Michaels. I bought them, oh gosh, probably 6 months to a year ago. They're kind of like pleather, like fake leather material, and sticky. And it was just a little pack of the ones that I used on this planner were navy, and then they had pink and ivory colors as well. I don't know if they still have it, but I'll try and remember the next video. If I can remember, I'll show you what they look like. But yeah, so that's what those are. Not loving them, but they're working okay. I guess I'm getting used to them. So all right, so here you can see I'm in my Daphne's Diary box of goodies, and just kind of going through all the bits and pieces, trying to decide what I want to use kind of on the perimeter of my calendar page. I wish I had shown it better so that you could see what's in there a little bit better, but um, since it's March, I was trying to kind of stick to a green look to the border. And then I've had those little purple flowers forever, and I could never really find the right place to use them. So I decided this was the time. So I pulled those out, and then you just saw the little metal cans with the pencil sticking up. That's another one that I've loved, and kind of pulled that one out too, and that'll go on the spread as well. So yep, just kind of flipping through some more. I think I'm just about done. Thought about that purple flower for a minute, but decided I didn't have enough room for it, and I already had the other one, so I wasn't going to use that one. Figured I would keep that other one for something else. Okay, so I thought I was about done, but I'm not. I got a lot of things going on in here. Pretty little ballerina girl. Oops, dropping it. All right. Just about there. I should speed this up faster so you don't have to sit and watch all this. Sorry about that. I don't know about you guys, but I just love the Daphne's Diary. Anything. I just love it. It's like eye candy. Okay, so here I'm going into my 2017 planner, and there is stuff written in there, so I'm not showing you guys everything that I'm flipping through. But I don't know if you can tell, I've already kind of cut some stuff out of there and pulled pages out and things that I wanted to save for later. So I don't remember if I decided not to get anything out of there. So, all right, so just kind of arranging things, trying to decide what to keep and what I'll really use. I thought about those yellow triangles. I really like them, but spoiler alert, in the end they didn't make the cut this time. Okay, so here's my little template that I put together, and I decided to use some craft packaging paper. It's thinner, it's not super thick. So that's my other concern. I didn't really want my planner to get too stuffed full because I still need to write in it and use it. So I wanted to keep the papers fairly thin. And here I'm just kind of laying things out and seeing where I might want things to go. Oh, I was just looking at the color scheme on the page again, because you will see around the border of the calendar some of the page that's already there. Yeah, so you can kind of see. And then obviously there's a rip in the craft paper, so I wanted to see where that fell on the layout there. So decided, yep, the purple flower will work really well there, and kind of kept that in my mind as I worked. And oh yeah, I wanted to see if I should back that with the yellow diamonds or not. So in the end I did not do that. But yeah, so just kind of keeping that idea in my mind as I kind of work through this. And I don't know that you really need me to talk you through all this. It's pretty much just going to be lining things up, seeing where they're going to fall for the calendar part. Obviously, it needs to be a working calendar. So here I'm realizing I don't want it to be that wide, so I decided to rip off some of the left part of that, which I kind of was bummed because I lost most of the green out of this shot, but that's okay. It worked out in the end, so. Yeah, and here I was like, oh, maybe I can make it work, and I decided no, it's not worth it. And then I thought, well, maybe I can put one of the purple flowers on that side. I don't know if you can see it very well. There's a bit of red in that one, and that was kind of throwing me off. I didn't really like how that looked, so decided not to use that one, I don't think. And then here you're seeing me use a glue stick that you've probably never seen before. Typically I like the Yoo-Hoo glue sticks, but I've had this American Crafts one just kind of bumping around in my stash, and I decided, well, this is for me, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. It doesn't stick as well as Yoo-Hoo does, but that's okay. If it comes up or whatever, I know how to fix it. So, um, so yep, using the American Crafts, I think it's just a pretty much generic glue stick. Nothing too special about it. I mean, it's not a bad one, but with this craft paper, you kind of have to have something that really grabs on pretty well, and not every glue works great with that kind of paper, so. Alright, so yep, just kind of putting a border down, um, getting rid of some of the straight edges. Those two are from one of the magazines. Pretty much every article or every page of her magazine has some kind of beautiful border. And I absolutely love seeing them in there and reusing them and all that good stuff. So when I can do something with them like this, that just makes me happy. And then deciding I'm going to put that purple flower off to the right there. So just kind of ripping off the edges again, getting rid of the straight edges. And that way it'll kind of blend in a little bit better with the page. I decided not to do any distressing around the edges of anything because I feel like Daphne's diary is so light and bright that I didn't really want to add grungy to it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I kind of like having it lighter and brighter like that. Okay, so here you see I just was trying to get rid of that bit of red from that other purple flower, and in the end it just was too much. It wasn't bending the right direction for this page, and so off to the left it goes to live another day somewhere else. Okay, so here are all my little smaller bits and pieces from Daphne's diary, and there's some other things in here too probably, but I'm just kind of going through looking for maybe anything else that I could add to this spread. This was kind of like a little painting that I thought about, and then this little saying here was nice. Tried out the leaves, but it just didn't seem right to me, so I didn't go with those. So many awesome little bits and pieces. Oh, here was, I think, the cover of a journal maybe, or a book. I liked the color of it, but in the end that was just too small for that space. Lots of fun stuff, huh? Really, I could have put just about any of that stuff on there and it would have been great, but I'm picky. I did like the green polka dots though. I thought that was very St. Patrick's Day, so decided to keep that on the spread. And then I was left with those two, and in the end I decided to go with that little saying there, and decided to move the polka dots up high, and then they could kind of blend in with the top border a little bit, but add a little bit more interest up there. So I'm gonna round the corners of the little saying, and I'll show you what it says here in just a second. Or maybe a few minutes. I don't remember, but I will show you what it says. All right, just messing around with that again, trying to see how I want it to lay. And we're gonna stick that down. And I'm gonna stick down the little saying. Here we go. It says, be led by creativity rather than fear. I don't know if you could read it very fast there. All right, so I think I've got pretty much the base of it done. There was a rip in the craft paper, so I decided to take this little strip. I needed to take this little strip of extra paper off anyway, so I just decided to use that as a band-aid and pasted it onto the back side of the paper, covering the rip, and you would never know it was there. All right, so now I'm going to get my template out, and in my template I have, oh no, sorry, snack time, got some grapes. In my template I've put together a basic calendar shape, and I don't know how well you can see that on the template, but at each point around the perimeter I have poked a hole, and then I'm just taking a pen and putting the pen into each little hole and making a small little mark onto the paper. I don't know how well you can see that there, but then that's just a guide for me to use my ruler now to draw the lines. So ended up this was a little messier than I liked it to be, and I used, yeah, this turned out okay, but right here it's kind of a fail. There you can see I didn't go down as far as I should have, and then the left side is a little wonky. I'm gonna go back and fix that, but yeah, here's my perfectionist coming to haunt me. Trying to make this look a little bit better and fill it in with the black, and yeah, it's not perfect, but it's okay. In the end, it worked out really well, and it looks really nice. So decided to use this Kelly Creates stamping set, and that's what I'm going to use to stamp March, and using my Ranger dye ink in black. It's Raven color. And I've got this humongous stamp block. I don't know why I grabbed that one, but that's what I grabbed. So just gonna stamp this March up at the top, right there. And it's okay, but that polka dot really is not in the right spot for that. It's just not easy to read. So here I'm going back into my little scraps, seeing what I might have that I'm going to restamp this onto something else. And then I remembered I had pulled this other sheet of paper and decided I would put that up in that corner instead. And the border of that little sheet of paper matches pretty well with the existing page in the planner on the other page. So it turned out pretty well, and did for me what I needed it to do there. So gave me a blank slate there to restamp my March. Just make it a little bit smaller. I wanted to still see a little bit of the craft paper below at the bottom of that little sheet of paper. So there, I'm gonna restamp March. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and glue that second one down, and you can see I found a stamp set of numbers that I wanted to go ahead and use. The stamp set I'm using, I found on AliExpress, gosh, at least a year and a half or 2 years ago, maybe now. And here, I need some Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday words, and I've been using one of the old planner pages from my 2017 planner, the vertical monthly page has great sized words in the Daphne's Diary font, so I've kind of been, I decided to use that again for March, and just gonna cut those out. It's kind of a long and tedious little process, but I have a book going in the background while I'm doing this, so it's kind of nice. I'm not really thinking too hard about anything right now, so. Go fast forward and not make you sit through that. And then we're going to speed this up. So here I'm using some circle numbers and just making sure I'm stamping where I should be stamping. And finish that up too. And now I'm gluing my page down. I didn't love the way that the stamps looked. It just looked messy to me. So, oh, and then yeah, I had to finish the Saturday. So glued that one down. So I'm thinking about those numbers and how I really hate them. And then I remembered I had these kind of a pastel rainbow stickers. And I don't know about you guys, but I always think of March as not just green for St. Patrick's Day, but rainbow too. Maybe because, you know, the pot of gold, I guess, is maybe where that comes. So I decided to put one color over each square. And of course, I didn't cut them the right size, so now I'm going to have to cut each of these again. And they, of course, were not sticking as well as I wanted them to. These are thick stickers, too, which I don't love that they're thick because it's just going to make my planner that much thicker in the end. But the end result, I absolutely adore. Alrighty, so I think I'm gonna fast forward. Yep, so magically it's done. Not perfect, but like I said, I really like how it looks in the end. So now I just need to restamp some numbers over these, and I chose to use this Heidi Swap stamp set that I picked up. Looks like it's for her memory planners. Instead, because the numbers are very small and slight, and I don't have a whole lot of room in each of these squares. Each one of them is 1 inch square. So very quickly stamping all the numbers out now. I wish I could do that this fast in real life. But in the end, a really colorful spread, and I love it so much. Thank you guys for coming along with me. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Bye!